if you could clear up some media center confusion on
Oh.
what you did with your hands. While many of us believe that's your instinct to take them off the wheel, others say you were covering your eyes. So I'm
Be happy to clear that one up.
I'm just the one that's kind of tired of listening to it, so I'm going to force the issue.
In Indy cars, you know, we learn to take the hands off the wheel because the holes for your hand are even smaller, and we have dashes, and you know, the wheel flips, and I've had plenty of times where I've bruised my thumb, my bones on the wheel. So I was trained to, when there's no saving it and no hope, you let go. So that's what I did that's what I did yesterday. Was I covering my eyes? I honestly felt like my hands were down here, but they were higher than that, I guess. So I mean, I did watch it. I watched the second race, and then I went back and watched the accident. So no, I wasn't covering my eyes, but yes, I did close them as I got to the wall. So I didn't want my eyes to pop out of my head. So I obviously I tried to save it and went, there's nothing happening here, so I might as well just let go. And that, again, that's an IndyCar thing. I just don't see any point in keeping my hands tangled up with anything that's going to be moving. So I was just talking to medical on the way in here, actually, and he was giving me some atta girl on doing that because all kinds of things can happen the more you connect yourself with stuff. So everything feels pretty good. I hit my foot on the clutch, which is my fault because I moved the clutch pedal towards me, so it fit back there, and I hit my arm on the side of the seat because of the angle that I went in with the right front. So we're just going to trim the seat up a little bit, and I actually feel better today. So that's a really good thing because last night it was starting to get sore, and my husband's a physical therapist, so he's got a lot of good tricks, and we've got a lot of good tricks on the bus for taking care of things that don't feel right. So that's why I feel better today. And as far as the impact goes, there's a little less room to move around in an Indy car, and you're very confined. And so if, like, my arm hit the side of the seat, because there's room for a seat to be, and there's room for angles. And in an Indy car, if your arm hits the side, it's literally just hitting the side of the car, the side of the tub. So there's just a lot less room to fly around. And when you hit in an Indy car, you hit quick, and there's a lot less recoil, I feel like. You know, it's like you hit and you slide along the wall, where I feel like in a stock car, oddly enough, the impacts feel kind of bigger in a stock car in a way, and I think it's because of the room you can move, and that the cars bounce a little bit more when they hit. They don't just crush and stop and slow down. There's a bounce there. So even at let's say Milwaukee in 2005, when I spun in 1 and 2 in the Indy car, I hit back in. I went back in 2, and then it spun around and it hit on the inside wall, and like that second hit felt bigger than the first hit. So you know, sometimes those the aftershocks are the parts that hurt a little bit.